What it do, YouTube? Today's video, I want to chime in with a quick impromptu video. In today's video, I want to talk about it's an epidemic in the so-called black community, right? So-called black community, because if you know, or if you have any knowledge, you know that this is not black. This is melanin. You know what I mean? Pigmentation in your skin. You see what I mean? But and that doesn't mean anything. I mean, it does mean something, but it doesn't necessarily mean anything because all human beings, regardless of your pigmentation, you bleed the same fucking color, red, and you die the same way, dead. You see what I'm saying? So don't let that confuse you. Wake up. But anyway, it's an epidemic when it comes to rappers, and when I touch on this topic, I gotta touch on this topic like from a modest, humble point of view. I can't necessarily like get too passionate about it. Like I can be passionate about it, but I can't get to the point where it's just like I'm like yelling or some crap like that because people don't register that type of stuff or whatever. But anyway, like when I say it's an epidemic, right? Like for example, in my last video, I was talking about the PNB Rock update and all that stuff. A lot of people saying like, why you keep touching on this topic and all that stuff like that, blah blah blah. Real reason why I'm touching on the topic because this is a topic that needs to be touched on. This is something that more people need to get involved with because it's like this, right? Multiple things played a part in this situation, but from my own experience and just from me personally, you don't have to want my opinion and not like that because I keep my opinion to myself or whatever. But me just expressing my opinion of what I see personally, I'm not saying this is what it is, whatever, but me personally, I personally think it was a setup. But that's not always the case. It was other things that played a part in it. Because if you go back and listen to his interviews, I'm talking PNB Rock, he was talking about how people was trying to like test him, people was trying him, people was following him and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? So it's things that played a part in it, but I also believe that it was a setup that played a part in it. Just point blank period. That's just what I personally believe. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, it's an epidemic in the so-called black community, especially when it comes to hip hop or rap or you know what I mean, music. Because out of all music genres, the hip hop slash rap is the only genre where people sing. So that don't even make sense, right? No, because it's death by design. It's propagated, right? And when I say that, like if you work hard for something, you should be able to enjoy it and stuff like that. That's 100% fact. You should be able to enjoy it. You know what I mean? You should be able to enjoy it. And you can enjoy it. You know, you got that right. But the thing is, the reality of it is, I'm not talking about so-called white people or so-called people that's not black or whatever. You know what I mean? Everybody had their own crime and their own people and all that. But I'm talking about a certain group of people. I'm talking about my own people, which is really Native Americans. You know what I mean? But they try to say so-called black or whatever. But I'm not about to get into that. This is not this type of video. But anyway, you know what I mean? In the so-called black community, if you work hard for something, you got another black motherfucker trying to take it from you. If you have an ability, a talent, you have another black motherfucker trying to kill you because you are talented. Don't get me wrong, you might have other haters and stuff like that that's from a different ethnicity or something like that. You know, but 9 out of 10, if you're a so-called black person and you are trying to do something good for yourself or you are doing well for yourself, you have another black person plotting on you to try to kill you, especially if you are a rapper. I'm not saying that for clout, none of that. Go look at my main channel. You see what I'm saying? This channel that I'm doing videos on, these are my backup accounts. I have to get into my main account, which is King603Joey. 12K subs, 2.8 million views. This ain't about no fucking clout. You see what I'm saying? I'm just explaining to you what's really going on. It's a real epidemic. It's a real epidemic. And shout out to Young Jock. I was just listening to his interview he did on DJ Vlad. And he said it. Young Jock said, go back and listen to PNB Rock interviews. PNB Rock had sense. I told you, I've been to who PNB Rock was since like what, 2016, 2015. I've been listening to his music. He ain't stupid. He's a very smart guy. So how does somebody that got sense like that get caught in a situation like that? Even Young Jock can see it. How does an individual like that got sense like that get caught in a situation like that? And yes, he did say he had people following him and stuff like that. He had encounters about that. He said that on DJ Academics. Like what? I'm not sure when he did those interviews. I could actually go back and check the date on those interviews. I think it was recent. Like you know what I mean? I think it was like I want to say a month ago or a couple weeks ago. Yeah, between a month and a couple weeks ago, I believe, because DJ Academic said him and PV Rock been texting like every day for like the last 30 days or whatever. But yeah, it's an epidemic when it comes to that. It is. You see what I'm saying? Like if you go back and go check out DJ Academics, the Warren Chirac. That's how I found out about DJ Academics. He telling you the shit that go on in Illinois is ridiculous. That's where I'm from, Illinois. It's fucking insane. Like it's beautiful and all that shit like that. But you have hater motherfuckers that will do anything they can to stop you, and that's everywhere. I know that. But come on, look who's killing each other. If it's another successful so-called rapper and they like black and they successful, they come from a ghetto or something like that. You know what I mean? Or a so-called hood or something, a place where other minorities can relate to. It's always another minority trying to kill that motherfucker because they jealous of what that person possess or have. That's death by design. This shit is clearly set up like this. This shit is an epidemic. You know what I mean? And I personally believe that it's like a hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. A lot of people might say, "Oh, it's drugs." There's no, ain't no fucking drugs, bitch. It's called weed, and weed not even a drug. It's a fucking plant. And it's legal, and it has medicinal benefits. So ain't nobody talking about no crazy schizophrenic shit. I'm talking about some real factual shit. You don't know about this shit because you're just dumb. You know what I mean? Or you just don't know about this shit. You just dumb. You know what I mean? You asleep. You sheeple. I know about this shit because I'm woke. I see this shit. You know what I mean? I already know about this. Now check this out, right? This shit gotta be. I already know this death by design, but this shit gotta be a psyop. Like, you know what I mean? To target rappers out of all musicians and shit. And don't get me wrong, all musicians can get targeted. Don't get me wrong, they can, but don't nobody move as stupid as rappers do either. But that's what I think. It's like a think tank psyop to infiltrate the rap industry because you don't see pop stars and shit. You don't see Miley Cyrus. Hey, I'm here. I'm on live. Here go my address. This and that. Posting. They don't do that shit. And if they do, they hurry up and clear that motherfucking mistake up quick. But they're not making no mistakes like that. You know what I mean? They being aware. They have security around them. They move with the right team. They got great management. They got great people around them. You know what I mean? They not, oh, it's me and my homie. We got the hammer. We sliding. Oh, they not doing that shit. They actually moving right. And that's why they survive longer. But it's a think tank psyop. A think tank psyop. Basically what a think tank is. A think tank is a thing that's created. It was really originally created by Nazi Germany or whatever, but it was created by these Nazi scientists to put people in certain think tanks where they give them like whatever they need to like relax and think. So whether that's like marijuana, alcohol, cocaine, shrooms, whatever. Not promoting that or saying people should do that. I'm not saying that. This is for educational purposes anyway. But what I'm saying is this is what they do. They give people what they want to relax and they help them come up with these ideas. And those Nazi scientists, they take those ideas and they implement it into the world or into society as a new social experiment, a new social program. And it plays out to be this, it plays out to be that. And in this situation, it plays out to be that rappers are being targeted. You know what I mean? Out of all different musicians and different genres of music, you know what I mean? Rappers are, because they infiltrate. I told you this. And these people, the CIA, they infiltrate these musicians. You have musicians that are plants. They call industry plants. You see what I'm saying? Where they stage, they put in there, like you might have a artist like PNB who came up from the ground, came up from the ground, actually got this shit out the mud. Then they put a motherfucker in like a, I don't know, like look at an industry plant, like I don't know, like I'm gonna use somebody for example, like a Drake. You know what I mean? Shout out to Drake, shout out OVO. I ain't trying to disrespect them or nothing like that. I'm just using him as an example. Like, cause Drake a super huge mainstream artist, so I could, you know what I mean? Like, I know Drake got it out the mud too, but I'm just saying, though, I'm using him as an example, right? So Drake like this super mega star, right? Let's say they put Drake right alongside P&B Rock type shit. Whole time Drake, and this is an example. Whole time Drake is he worked for the government type shit. You know what I mean? He a musician and all that. He worked, but people don't know. His fans don't know that he got the machine behind him. Actually, he got the music industry behind him because he worked for the government type shit. P&B, he got hits and all that, but he ain't as big as Drake because he ain't really working with the government. He actually got the people behind him, and he not gonna last that long because he's not the one. He's been infiltrated. So you got bigger artists like Drake, for example, that's putting out these trends. And this is an example, of course. You know what I mean? I fuck with Drake, but this is an example. So it's like this, right? Drake be like, hey, I'm outside. I ain't lacking. Oh, I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. And then all these other artists start following that trend. The whole time, these artists might be real everyday people that actually so happen to do a song, put it out there, and it blew up. You know, on that 1% shit. You know what I mean? And then you got like dude, the people, Drake. You got Drake. Like I said, hypothetically speaking, he works for the government and shit, so he's putting out these think tank trends, so all these other rappers can pick this shit up, and then later on down the line, that shit's gonna start to get them killed because people gonna start to pull up on them. They got their location on them. They going live and people arguing with people and stunting on people and all that shit. You stunting on people, it's niggas out here living in tents and shit. You know what I mean? Like you got all different type of shit going on. Like these motherfuckers start getting killed, start getting targeted, all that shit because of all these think tank trends that these motherfucking agent industry plants that was planted into the music industry start putting out these think tank trends and motherfuckers start following it. Like I said, shout out to Drake. I'm just using him as an example. I'm not saying that he's doing any of that. You know what I mean? Nothing like that. I'm just using it as an example. You know what I mean? So it's like a lot of like stuff like that going on, and you probably can't understand or overstand that because your mind probably never heard nothing like this. But if you already been knew about me, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. If you already knew about me, you know about my wave. You know I created a whole wave with this blood sacrifice shit because that's what's really going on. You know, shout out to gematria. You know, numerology. So yeah, and I'm breaking this down from a metaphysical, spiritual point of view. You got other brothers out there breaking it down from a numerological. I mean, I said numerological from from a numerical point of view. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Like this shit is real. Like this shit is set up like this. Just like Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke following these trends and shit. He's so in it and shit. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. He's so in it and he's so I'm lit. I'm this. I'm that. You know what I mean? Pop Smoke was one of the people that didn't sign off, but he just so happened to blow up. Type shit. He's so in it. Folks just put his motherfucking address on there and forget that the address is on bags. And by that time, hella people that seen it and screenshot it, all that shit. We about to pull up on him. Woo, woo, woo. Boom. He just fell victim to the think tank shit and didn't even know it. And then so will other rappers. You know what I mean? Real shit. Because not only is it for that, but it's another way to keep a certain group of people down. Because the most people who you have a few white rappers and shit like that, which is cool. I'm cool with that. Like Mac Miller, I fuck with Mac Miller hard. Rest in peace, Mac Miller. You know what I'm saying? You got Machine Gun Kelly, Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Yellow Wolf, all of them. I keep going on. But the main rappers, so-called black people. So we're trying to keep a group of people down. So when you have people that rise up, whether it's in music or they politicians, they can speak, you know, public figures, whatever. Did you know the government always try to knock them down and get them killed? Especially people who not necessarily working with them and they just successful black people. They get knocked off all the time. It's death by design. It's just happening for a reason. real shit, and they want you to think, oh, this is some crazy nigga going, just some crazy nigga on YouTube. You know, this shit funny. Say you want the truth, but can't handle the truth. You want somebody to lie to you and give it to you sweet and cool, so you can feel good at night and shit. But when it come down to it, when the tables turn, when somebody do something wrong to you or whatever, you be so quick to put a motherfucker in their place, but if a motherfucker put you in your place, your feelings hurt, you crying, you sad, right? This shit is so backwards, man. Wake the damn up, man. Just keep watching as this shit unfold, man. Justice will prevail. Justice always prevails at the end of the day, no matter what happens. So people can try to get over on you, try to lie on you, try to do whatever they gonna do, all of the sneaky shit and all that. Justice will prevail. Real shit. Wake the damn up. More videos coming soon.